Hey Poke People, I'm going to try something a little bit different in this video. You can see I've got my screen recording going, I've got my face here in this little bubble, and if you can tell, I've also picked up a little check 1 2 lapel mic to improve the audio quality of my videos moving forward. And today, as the title and the thumbnail imply, we're going to be looking at the second set in the Scarlet and Violet era that I am working to master set. This is the third video on the channel because I'm also starting with Crown Zenith, right? That set is amazing. I've already published Crown Zenith, the Scarlet and Violet binder, and now we're working on Paldea Evolved. And Paldea Evolved came out in the 9th of June, 2023. So that's just about 11 months ago. And I started collecting about 10-ish months ago. I got back into the hobby. I got my first pack, and after that first pack, it was like a drug addiction, man. I just got more packs and kept collecting. So I'm about 10 months in. And we can see here that this set has some amazing cards in it. I'm very fortunate that I have a copy of the Magikarp. I ended up buying it myself on the secondary market for a decent price. I'd been on this card from the early days. I thought the artwork was fantastic. I love the story of the koi fish going up the waterfall. I love the Gyarados here in the top right-hand corner. It's just a fantastic card. I've also got the Jin Pao, which we'll see in the binder in a little bit. I love the Tyranitar, and the Tyranitar plus the Groudon in Paldea, no, not Paldea Evolved, that's this set, in Paradox Rift, I think go together exceptionally well. I love those two cards, pretty epic. The Chi-Yu, absolutely gorgeous, and I gotta say, I love this Tinkaton and the entire family. The Skeledirge here, fantastic. Even though I think it's a clown, I do not like this Pokemon at all. This card is a stunner. And I will say my absolute favorite card in this entire set is the Maushold. I think it is way too cute. This card I have to have in my collection. And as far as trainer cards, supporter cards, this Grusha down here I think is unbelievably beautiful. So this card... this set has some fantastic cards in it, and since I've been collecting, I've been keeping track of my collection using this Google Sheet document that I built and created myself. And I put in all of the hits I get from random packs, from the first ETB that I opened, from the very first booster box that I bought getting back into the hobby, not to mention keeping track of some trades that I've made with friends. I ended up winning a pack of cards from a buddy of mine, and I did buy my Magikarp, right? The Magikarp illustration rare on Card Market, and I also bought a card from another buddy in town. And when I get a hit, I pop it in here, for example, into my document. I'll come over here and manually upload whether it's a hit that's the regular card or the reverse holo version of the regular card. And I've done that for the entire set. I also group it by type, right? We've got a grass type here, a fire type here. I've got the rarities, whether it's common, uncommon, rare, holo, double rare, holo, you name it. I've popped it in here. And yes, I know that other versions of this exist with images, and there's apps for this. But I love Excel, I love Google Sheets, and I like tinkering and toying around with this stuff on my own. So I built it for myself. And if you're a type of person who enjoys collecting and keeping track of your collections as well, I'm going to be making all of these available for free over on my Buy Me a Coffee page. Just go to buymeacoffee.com. Here's the link up top. Look for Mr. Master Set, and you'll be able to download all of these for free. I've got the Crown Zenith one up, and I'll be putting the others up little by little. Other fun facts. This set, as far as I'm concerned, right, if we go back to pokedata.io and we look at the total number of cards in the set, it says that there's 455, including the reverse holos, and that it's about $800 for the entire set in USD. However, I would argue that there's 472 cards in the set, and those would also include the promo cards that you can get from the three-pack blisters, other blisters, the ETBs, etc. And also the energy cards, right? Like, energy cards are part of the set too, so I want to make sure that they're included. And I do typically, I know here it says that I just grabbed them randomly and just popped them in, but the energy cards, I usually like to take one that I've pulled myself from a pack and not just the energy cards from the ETBs. That's just a little thing that I like to do. And you can see here I've got 295 of the 472 cards, giving me about 62.5% of the set. And if we don't include the reverse hollows, I've got 296 cards in the set, and I personally have 203, so closer to 70%. And this is how it all breaks down, but let's actually open up the binder and look at the set, because looking is half the fun. All right, here we go. Don't mind that wire. That's just the wire to my lapel mic. Here we go. Here's the set. Let me actually move this in a little bit with my high-tech video skills. Here we go. Yeah, just one card missing on this first page. I gotta say, this Pinnacle is super, super dope, and Heracross is pretty gangster in this card. Sprigatito, love Sprigatito. Definitely my favorite starter of the bunch, thanks to the TV show. I also have 2 cats, so I'm a little bit biased in that sense. I do like ducks, so Quaxley is definitely a contender for a favorite as well. And Fuecoco, I play music, so Fuecoco and Roy, their passion for music is definitely, you know, tugging on my heartstrings, but it's all about Sprigatito and Magikarp. We're going to talk more about Magikarp a little bit later in this set, because as you all know, the Magikarp illustration rare is blowing up and could very well be the chase card of Scarlet and Violet so far. Now, of course, Scarlet and Violet is only about halfway done that we know of, and can, you know, make a reasonable guess that half of the sets are out. And that Magikarp seems to be the #1 chase card. Now, lots of people have theories as to why that could be. Some people think it's market manipulation. Some people think it's X, Y, and Z. It could be related to the fact that getting a PSA 10 is very, very difficult, and people are chasing those gains of buying the card raw and sending it in to get graded, getting a 10, and more or less, what would it be now? If you could buy it for 100, it's going for 550. Let's call it 5.5, 6x your gains, depending on, you know, how lucky you are. That's definitely a very attractive offer. So we've seen, getting away from the Magikarp for a second, we've seen what the set looks like so far. It's reasonably complete, and this first half is certainly better than 62.5% complete. But once we move over to the illustration rares, this is where it all falls apart. I was able to pull the Sprigatito, which I'm super happy about, because again, it's my favorite new starter, and the Cathorica, which is actually a really cool card. And I did buy, of course, the Magikarp illustration rare, which would go right here in the binder. I am going to keep it out of the binder and display it standing up on my display shelf because it's such a cool card. And in fact, it is my, I would say, yeah, it's easily my favorite card of Paldea Evolved, with maybe one exception, which is another card coming up. Also, just a heads up, I opened up one booster box of Paldea Evolved, and I pulled 2 special illustration rares, the Chin Pao and the Ting Lu, which is pretty cool to pull 2 special illustration rares in the one booster box. But this card right here, the Seguro with the Jellybird, we've got Jigglypuff and, was that Squovit? Yeah, a little squirrel dude, all just sitting around washing their hands and cleaning up around the kitchen sink. What a cute card. I also love this Pikachu with the 3 starters, and I love that the ability, or the attack, or whatever you want to call it, is called Adventuring Together. How cool is that? And I mentioned that this is a monster set. Well, here we are on the very last page, and all that's left is 1, 2, 3, 4 of the sleeves that came out of the ETB to finish it up. I mean, this is an absolutely monster set. It's really, really big, but with that, it's been really fun to collect it. And I gotta say, I really do enjoy Paldea Evolved. Everyone seems to say that it is the best #1 set in Scarlet and Violet so far. I think, oh wait, let's hold on one second, let me move this, there we go. I think I agree. However, I might make the argument that Scarlet and Violet base set is just as cool. I think Paldean Fates, absolutely banger set. Scarlet and Violet 151. It's called Pokemon 151 in Japanese, but that set, of course, is fantastic. And yeah, where was I going? Paldean Fates, Paradox Rift. That's the one. Paradox Rift. I recently did a side-by-side challenge with a bunch of guys in Discord, trying to decide what the best set would be based on the top 10 hits. And I surprised myself by choosing Paradox Rift. But we'll see that in another video. That's all for now. Don't forget to head on over to Buy Me a Coffee, yeah, so you can download the set checklist on Google Sheets and start tracking your sets yourself. And thanks again for watching.